What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Those Indie Geeks. If you rock with the video, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, leave us your thoughts. We would love to know what you got going in that brain of yours. Also, subscribe to the channel because, again, that's how we grow. And share the video. There may be other people who might be interested to know what we're talking about, who wants to know more about what we're talking about. And so, yeah, go ahead and do that. And it really helps us out and to really, again, build a community, which is what we're trying to do here. So, thank you guys so much for taking the time. Appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.
Watch out, drops it going for the switch. I just wanna bow for a miss. Keep your eyes stayed on me for the blessing. Treasure up in the heavens, we snatch it. Oh, look at the change upon my dish. Yeah, look at the change upon my dish. Look at the change upon my dish. Yeah, look at the change upon my dish. All that pot in the keys, yeah, I really wanna use that.
No, what's up, you guys? It's those indie geeks. How you doing? My name is Q,
I'm JusRzd.
and here we talk about all things geeky. A lot of what we talked about has been comics, anime, and we will talk a little bit more about that kind of stuff. But today, we're focusing in on the music aspect.
Yes, sir, because we are three independent artists as well as lovers of geekdom. So
yeah, we do music, so we be listening. We be listening to this music really tough. And
big facts.
The legendary Clipse just released a ridiculously banger album.
It's low key. It's my album of the year so far. It's my album of the year so far.
What do you like about it?
Them brothers was rapping.
Like, rapping, bro.
It was rapping.
And here's my thing, because I'm a big cadence guy. So for me, older rappers, they don't tend to have some of the cadences that I would want to listen to, just because they're a little bit more straight to the point and not as creative. They're not like hopping all over.
Right, I agree.
They have a pathway, but I think this is one of the first times in a while where somebody outside of maybe like Aha Gazelle, where somebody is kind of just stuck with the cadence that they have in the song. There wasn't too many switch ups in all the songs, and I was just listening. Like I was just like, oh,
facts.
Okay, nah, that first song, bro.
Oh my gosh!
Bro.
I was so irritated, pleased, upset, and loved the way they opened up this album, because it was like, why would you do this? Why would you do this? Why would you?
You're
open
trying
up
to
the
make
album?
me cry the first 30 seconds
you
of the
got
album.
John Legend doing the absolute most on the hook. Then you got you and your brother talking about how y'all lost your parents. I'm like, brother, I shouldn't be feeling all this in the intro. What is happening?
I genuinely, I didn't. What's funny is like you guys were talking about this because I didn't listen to the album until the other day, and you guys were talking about it like right after it dropped. So I was just all like, oh, okay, I don't even know what they're talking about. As soon as I put the album on, and Birds comes on, I was just all like, hold on, wait a minute, why is he talking? I thought this was a what? And then the beat came in, and you're still like, oh my god,
this is crazy. Man, when Push said you were checking your boxes, I was checking my mentions. I said, oh, mama, no.
Yeah.
I was like, my god.
It was one of those things where they're like outlining life, or at least their life, and the reality of how life kind of goes, like so well just in that first track. Like, man. It was crazy. Like when he was talking about how he was talking about his mom had told his dad like they wish they never separated. Yeah. That like I was just all like, why are you touching on life right now?
Like,
why are you touching on life right now? This is insane. Like a whole bunch of regret piled into. It's like listing her regrets with theirs because they were too busy to kind of pay more attention to.
I know those studio sessions had to have been emotional. Like, I
And
know those studio sessions had to be crazy.
And this is why Travis Scott's goofy behind.
Right.
Got kicked out of the studio.
Interrupt the session. Fam, we are writing birds don't sing. Nigga, you don't move.
Hey guys, listen to this song. Like, if you don't get out,
First of all, I can't believe he did
they were
that.
mad.
I can't believe he did that. Why would you ever? That first of all, the brother who originally did that on the Shine record was actually doing an art craft and skill, scatting, in his native patois language style. What he did is like, fam, don't ever do this on a microphone ever again. He was not saying skibbity bobbity skibbity. But what are we talking about?
The kids are splicing the Krabby Patty formula thing in there from SpongeBob. I
was like, damn, the only part you got right was whoa.
Whoa.
That's the only part you got right. Why would
Gen Z
you even try that?
Hilarious, bro.
Y'all should have just sampled the record.
Glorilla was like, there's footage of Glorilla doing her part, and you know she rapping like Glorilla, but then at the end she was all like skibbity bobbity bro. I was like, she has to be hilarious in real life. Like she has to be hilarious in real life.
For sure. She plays entirely too much.
I don't mind the accent.
Shout out to
and
Glow.
You know, shout out Glow.
Yeah.
But this Clipse album, man, for jumping from that, wasn't it like immediately into the jump with Kendrick?
Yes.
I was
immediately from that. I'm collecting myself emotionally, and then you just drop this forget all y'all record. It was like, fam, wait a minute, let me collect myself first before you just go straight into Chains and Whips.
It was almost like a lament, right? Because they were just like, yo, this has been what's happening in life. We've been out of the public eye. This real stuff has been happening. Mm-hmm. But enough of all that. F y'all, because you
now that we're done here, let's gather everyone else.
Bruh. Calling out people in the industry, like,
and boy did they gather.
Golly.
They gather. Oh,
so
man. That Change of Whips was crazy. First of all, for Kendrick to send that verse in mid-beef is crazy.
Mid-beef was crazy. Exactly. I was just all like, this man had enough time. This man had enough time to be all like, hold on. Clipse just sent me some? Hold on.
And they sent him multiple records.
All right. Let me record this real quick.
That's crazy. I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I was like, okay, Kendrick. He just came in on 10. I was like, all right, you got it, bro.
He's out. I already told you that hip hop was dead. I was like,
Kendrick was going crazy. I was like, all right.
Yeah, no, man. It was nuts. And this production, like, this is some of the, like, Pharrell and Clipse just have this just perfect, like, fusion,
symbiotic relationship. Like, it's just
like, when people argue the importance of production or if an artist has like a producer that understands their sound, when people argue that, I look at them insane, because I was like, this is proof. This is proof that sometimes you just need a producer and a team, like a mix and engineering team or whatever, that understands what your vision is and how you are as an artist. Because that's some of the best production I've heard from Pharrell in a minute.
Facts. That and it just always feels refreshing. Like, every time they do a project together, whether it was Neptunes and Clipse, whether it was just Pharrell and Clipse, like, it just feels like he gives his best, most unique work to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you can feel it, you can hear it, you can tell it, because it's just like, they friends for real. Like, they know each other's parents. Like, they grew up together. Like, they are cool for real in real life. So it's just like, you can tell.
what were you saying about because there was a debate, I guess, in the chat about, or not a debate, but like a discussion about who the better producer is, Timbo or Pharrell.
Oh, well, the question was who was more impactful locally to Timbo and Pharrell, and I was just like, that's kind of hard to say because I was a kid when like Pharrell has always been around. Like if you haven't watched Piece by Piece, like his Lego documentary.
I want to, yeah.
It's actually really, really good, and it shows you how long he actually had been tapped in musically.
He's been at this.
He's been at this for. I mean, he's been on SWV records, doing ad libs and stuff like that. He's been he worked with Teddy Riley for a long time. Bro, it was he was crazy.
He was in the studio talking about, why don't you say it that way? Like, not right. Like, right.
But he's been around for a long time. But me being like a kid growing up, hearing Timbo and Missy and Aaliyah and Genuine and everybody they were producing for at that time, it's just like I don't know who had the bigger impact locally, but I know Pharrell has done a lot for the community. I'm not so much sure about Timbo, and I know with Timbo's shenanigans with the AI stuff recently, it's been a little weird.
Well, all that considered, because he's been on a crazy mission right now. But all that considered, I would hold, because I didn't speak in the chat because I was doing some stuff, but like personally, I've heard more from Pharrell than I have from Timbaland. It seemed like Timbaland, even though he was as impactful, I think his run didn't start necessarily until maybe just after. It only seems like it because Pharrell didn't start getting popping until like NERD, right? Like as far as like an artist, like everybody knows he did this.
He was producing a lot for like Nori and Mystical, like super early on. Okay,
yeah. So I mean, it just and you could argue that because like Timbaland was like, what did we have? We had Aaliyah, Missy, Genuine, like, and all that stuff we heard when we were children.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So, arguably, I feel like
yeah. Go ahead.
Maybe neck and neck.
Right, and that's
because Pharrell kept going.
Right. Pharrell definitely kept going, and the difference between the two of them, nobody's asking for a Timbo hook. People are gonna ask for a Pharrell hook because of how he delivers
I ain't got
his
no
hook.
Money.
Like, nobody's gonna ask Timbo, like, hey, I need you on the hook. They're gonna say, hey, I need you on the hook.
Have you seen that video that's circulating of a Timbaland concert, and like all he's doing on that one Nelly Furtado song is hey, woo, hey. I was all like, he's doing this live though. Like I was just like, what in the sandhill are you doing, sir? You have no shame.
Let's be real though. Let's be real. Outside of her records with Timbo, what was Nelly really doing?
No, he definitely brought her to the spotlight. There's no argument there. Like, and when I think about what I just said earlier, because somebody would probably argue with that in the comment. I'm sure if we put this out and people know we're talking about rap, they're gonna come with their opinions. But like,
I'm sorry, like, we're not playing "I'm Like a Bird" in the club. Like, what are we talking about?
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. While they might, in reference to what I said, like Pharrell kept going, so did Timbaland, but in a different lane.
Right.
Like Pharrell was out here, around that time. Around that time or a little bit after was beautiful. I just want you to know. Like I listened to that song way more than I did Nelly Furtado. I'm just saying.
For sure. But if you're talking about JT linking with both of them, they put Justin on the map.
JT was one of those, like, moments in time where the way they struck, how they struck, was just like a moment in music, like a moment in time. Like,
Cry Me a River, Senorita.
Bro,
that Justified album was crazy.
It was a run. And then it kept going, because what Future Sex Love Sounds?
Mm-hmm.
Like
the 2020 experience.
The 2020 experience, it just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
Like
then he did Man on the Woods and it was like, all right, bro.
It's like that meme. It's like that meme with Drake where he's just all like yeah, basically. But yeah, no, it's that argument is really tough for Pharrell versus Timbaland, just because they've been both so essential to everything that's happened in production over the last 30 years, almost 40 years in hip hop. So, but back to the Clipse album, they have such a synergy,
bro,
to where and I feel like if you're arguing whether or not, if you're out there and you're arguing whether or not Pharrell is relevant or not, you're ridiculous. Number one, you haven't been paying attention. I don't even listen to secular music that much, and I pay attention. Like,
facts.
And so, and what I mean, mainstream music. So, if you have that argument, you're wild. But also, you're not listening, because this dude still made Clipse sound relevant. Production is so important. Like, if they came with those same flows to a lesser producer,
yeah,
it would have been cooked.
Right, it wouldn't have worked.
So, like, I don't know what to tell you about that, but he came back. They have that synergy. Pharrell's still doing his thing, and it's just so unique.
All the features showed up.
I was just about to say, Tyler the Creator. Okay, I know people were all about, like, that line that he said about a guy's gonna have to play me in my biopic. I was like, okay.
That was a bit much. That was a bit much.
I was like, he went there, but that's Tyler.
Right, I was gonna say Tyler usually pushes the envelope when it comes to a bit much.
That's Tyler. I don't care. Look, I don't care. He can repent. Like, y'all are tripping. He can repent. It's West Side Up all day. It's West Up all day. He can repent. I don't know what y'all are on. Like, why are y'all angry?
But my favorite line was the mosh pit line from his verse. I was like, that was tough.
No, that was clever as a mug, bro. That was clever as a mug. Like, I love Tyler in general, but it's a little different when I can't say that I wasn't like, how's this gonna go? Because, like, Tyler is like a good lyricist, and he's a bomb rapper, but when you put him in the same avenue as, like, a Clipse, and like when he's on a record with, like, Nas, and which the Nas feature was dope too. But
for sure, that beat switch was crazy.
Whoa!
The beat switch was crazy. Like, I said, hold on.
Yo, like, they switched the beat just for, like, okay, Nas is here.
Here goes Nas. Here you go.
Like, I don't know, and it's just, and I get that we're in a market where our people, like, Christian hip hop people, usually the Christian hip hop market, they don't necessarily appreciate the craft of hip hop as much.
Oh, for sure.
They just kind of like what's relevant, and they just kind of, they like what's relevant inside of Christian hip hop, right? Mm-hmm. So they might see this and they might react a certain way, but this is just like lovers of hip hop. We heard this album, and it's just like, and hey, newsflash to the Christian hip hop community: we had our chance. We had no Malice. We didn't give him a lane. We didn't give him a lane to be relevant inside of our scene, as far as I've observed.
Facts.
Now, he didn't, like, I heard a couple of records from back in the day, the reason I wasn't in touch, because Malice was lyrical back then, even back then, right? I don't think, and to your point, because you made a good point in the chat, you said that something to the effect of Malice wasn't rapping the same way that he was rapping when he was in the mainstream, because he felt probably like he had to rap differently,
right,
in Christian hip hop. And while that's like true, it's kind of not at the same time. Like, I think people think you have to completely change your approach as far as like your cadence, the way with the aggression that you say stuff. And also what was stated at the time is that we didn't really have like a gritty scene up front.
So at the time, the people that were flourishing were the people who were doing hype, youth groupie type of music that was palatable to everybody, not like a real gritty scene like we have available now.
Which was all what, like 116, Lamp Mode, RMG,
God Over Money. God Over Money was
God Over Money.
Grittiest
that was the first.
They weren't even super gritty.
Yeah, and then you had like what, Tunnel Rats, eventually.
Yeah, but they wasn't out like that. Like, at least not everywhere. They were out in the West Coast. Like, people in the West knew.
True. Yeah,
everybody everywhere now. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just to that argument. It's just like, we did have him, but at the time, there wasn't enough afforded to him for a chance to actually do something significant in the scene, in my opinion.
Right.
So, guys, we had him, but he back over there.
Facts.
And
the one thing I'm loving about this whole rollout, on top of the album being incredible, this whole rollout, every interview that they've been doing, Malice has been 1000% unapologetic about his faith and belief in Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, what can you say? Like, seriously, what can you say? If you don't like listening to profanity, don't listen to the album. Or listen to the clean version. If hip hop is not your bag,
he did a really good job of still being clean, though.
Facts, for the most part, he was doing his bit. I watched the video.
Pusha was out here,
right?
Pusha was out here. Was like, nah.
Well, I mean, you know what you're gonna get when you talking Pusha T. You know what you're gonna get
on the plate. It's not a drink. I'm not talking about the drink.
And he had to air a few people. He had to air a few people out and gather them together, and it was just like, all right, stop playing with me. But
bro, that line is still in my head, where he was talking about not having enough to, or having so much fetty, he had to bag it with one eye closed. I was all like, oh! If under any other circumstance with anybody else saying that, who did not have the swag or the amount of like poise in the way that he worked that in there, it would have sounded so corny. But like, I was just like, oh my god, that was the hardest line that I've heard in this song. It's so fun.
Facts.
It's the
FICO,
hook too.
that was on the record. FICO, and FICO was crazy. Had Stove God Cooks on the hook. That whole, brother. My favorite record is probably POV. Just because that has the I went back for the money, that's the devil in me. Had to hide it from the church, that's the Jekyll in me. That whole Malice verse was crazy to me. Like, Pusha did his thing and went stupid too, but that whole Malice verse was. Well,
I think part of the whole thing when Clipse got back together, and when we got word of this, because this was kind of thrown on us, right? Because we didn't know that we were getting like an album until
they announced it. We didn't know.
Yeah. So like because I feel like they announced being back together a while ago.
It was some years ago, actually.
Yeah. So like, we didn't know we were getting an album, a single, or whatever. So
yeah, I just thought they were gonna do like what's it called, like legacy act tours or whatever. Kind of what the Yin Yang Twins and everybody are doing now. Yeah. Like at SeaWorld, which would be crazy to go to, by the way. Singing like a SeaWorld is insane.
with a Shamu drink. Like, this
Have
is
people
fruit
twerking
punch.
in front of Shamu. Like, what are we doing?
This is fruit punch. Could you imagine shaking like a salt shaker and Shamu just like,
Oh,
that's
man.
crazy work.
Shaking his tail fin, just up in the air.
But we didn't know, and it's like, I think everybody was like, what? Because when the okay, I'm using like Christianese terms, but try and understand me, people who are watching this who are not a Christian or whatever. Like, the world or the mainstream, as it is, like, thought Malice just stopped
Right.
music altogether, when he, in actuality, after or before, like, actually taking a real break, he was doing Christian hip hop.
Right.
So
well,
he didn't
stopped
necessarily
at first, and then he started doing Christian hip hop, and then he stopped that as well, and now he's back.
And then so like, he wasn't really gone. So I think people thought that just because Pusha T was still out here getting them, oh, he's gonna bar Malice. Like, no,
buddy, were they mistaken? Because Malice,
they were super mistaken. He came to work.
Malice delivered on every song.
I was just like, dang, this dude is like, he never left.
Right. He's still, and I love it because it's just like, I was just like, I'm interested to hear how he's going to approach these records, because we know what Push gonna do. We know how Push is gonna bring it.
Already, yeah.
And it was just like, is he gonna try? Like, how is he gonna approach it? And brother, I was pleasantly surprised to just hear him body every single record. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
8.
Like, it wasn't a weak verse amongst the entire project.
No,
and, like,
and that's why I was just like, this is
beautiful.
This was proof. This was proof that you can still have a rap record,
for sure,
genuinely, just like take over everything.
And they're like 48 and 52,
which is crazy.
Still
49.
wrapping circles around people. Like, that's insane when you think. Like, I love the fact that the older generations in rap are still out here killing it. The Killer Mikes, the Nas's, the Clipse. Like, it's so many older acts in rap that are still putting out quality music, and I love it.
Yeah, I was saying the other day that, like, the one dude was talking about, like, your favorite rapper isn't as young as you think he is.
Right.
Like, he's like, they're like young. It is no longer a young man's game. It had a period of time where it was,
right.
But like it switched back to like it being like what I guess the younger kids would call like the old heads or whatever. Like, it switched back to being the OGs. Like, it switched back to 30 plus is probably your favorite rapper and you don't know. Like,
right.
a lot of these dudes are just a little bit older. And he started listing off all these rappers, and it became like very apparent to me. I was like, oh snap, he's right. Like, all the people that are on top right now are 30 plus.
Right.
Which is nuts to think about, because there are. It's not to say that there aren't any decent up and coming rappers that are under 30.
Right.
Because I can think of maybe like a couple. And that's what you want. It depends on what you want to consider. What you want to consider like rapping, because a lot of people don't consider like trap rapping for some reason.
Right.
When I guess it's just not as lyrical sometimes, but I don't think JusRzd is even 30 yet, is he?
That's a great question. Let me see real quick.
Yeah, can you look that up? Like, because I'm just like, JusRzd out here. Ray Vaughn's out here.
He is 34.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang. Like, I didn't even mean to say that like Kevin Hart, because I'm older than him. But like, that's crazy.
Hey, he was born in 1990.
He was born when the Ninja Turtles movie came out. That's crazy. Let's get back to this geek stuff. No. Nah, that's surprising. I didn't know he was 34. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's just proving that guy's point more. Because you got him, he's 34. Kendrick is, I don't know, like 35 or something like that, 36. J. Cole.
Yeah, he in his 30s.
He's in his 30s. I don't think Ray Vaughn is. Like, or Joey Bad, I'm going to say it. Joey Badass is, I think he's over 30.
But I'll check. Hold on. Because I'm not sure.
But to my point, I can think of probably maybe a couple of newer ones that they just don't consider because they're either female or it's not traditionally lyrical.
He is 30.
Oh, he is 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Born in 95.
That is crazy. I was gonna say like Lotto.
Oh, I don't know how old she is. She might still be in her 20s.
No, Lotto's still in her 20s. But I think she at the most 27, at the least maybe 25. But like, my point is that
wow,
there are
she's 26.
There you go. At the most, I think that it's just kind of like, to my point, like we're being like, this whole is rap just a young man's game is not anymore. And I think when we had that run in like 2016 with all like Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi, Denzel Curry, like all it, which by the way, Denzel Curry is an awesome rapper, but
for sure, just
throwing that out there. And he's one that I believe is under 32. But like, yeah, like I don't know, man. I mean, even Lil Uzi's over 30 now.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
He can't be hitting the. He can't be hitting the. And you're almost 40, bro. You're knocking on 40's door, and you're sitting here.
But you know what's funny is they're gonna be like, we're gonna be that generation that's still out there doing stuff that was deemed we should age out of. I mean, as we continue to get older.
Who decided that though? Who decided that? Like,
older
you need to age out
because they felt what they were doing was more important when they got older, and it's just like we're at an age where it's just like, nah, I'm gonna be older and still play video games. I'm gonna be older and still watch anime. I'm gonna be older and still
be fair too,
enjoy rap. Like,
to be fair too, they never really were afforded that ability. Like,
that's true.
They had the Great Depression and all this crap that happened when they were old.
They had real life.
They had real life. They had
Jim Crow. They had a whole bunch of other stuff.
My grandpa was like, I had to work the railroads and nail so many nails in the ground.
On top of racism. On top of
racism. I got beat. I got
sprayed with hoses, hit my dogs. Like, yeah.
And then I had to serve burgers.
Like, but y'all endured so that we could thrive. So shout out to y'all.
That's what's up. So that means Clipse cannot be out here rapping at 50.
For sure. And killing the game. Shoot, let Outkast come out with a current album today. Big Boy and bro. 3 Stacks. Bro, stop it. It's up.
Saying.
It's up.
It's up. Andy Minio's song, like, this isn't a diss song for Andre 3000, I promise, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That joint it kind of hit. Not kind of, it really hit, because I was just like, dude, he's telling the truth. Like, you're literally in real time being proven wrong by Clipse with your opinion. But I mean, I guess that's his opinion for him. Oh, I can't release music because I don't have anything like that I would have to talk about that the young people want to listen to. But Clipse is literally doing that.
Exactly. Not only are they doing that, but they're talking about real life, different struggles that they've faced, different things that they've lived through. Like, you got to really, to have that type of substance and that type of material to talk about, like, you really got to have lived through some things and experienced some things, and that perspective that you gain on the other side It's dope to hear in a lyrical format. Like, it's dope to hear. Because guess what? When somebody else reaches that crossroad, they're going to want to hear how somebody else overcame. Even if you don't know how you did it. Like, they're going to want to know that. They're going to want to hear that. It'll meet them in a place that they didn't even know that they needed to be met at. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, and I agree. It's interesting because if anybody that's watching like knows the type of music that I do, it's very heavily themed a lot of the time. Like a lot of the aesthetic has to do with like anime or tokusatsu or whatever, and I just kind of interweave like real life into it. And I don't think obviously like now where I am in my 30s, I would be writing, and I don't write the same way that I did when I was 20. If I were to write these songs, like even though the theme is like Pokemon and fun and ha ha ha, like I just came out with a song called Muck, ultimately talking about like how I've felt for years about how God felt about me, like even though it wasn't the truth, and you know, asking him to save me out of that pit. You know, so it's a pretty dark theme in just in itself, but it's just kind of like, I think that's needed. Like, I think that it's needed for like older rappers to really tell their experience, because, and that's I think that's been relevant for years. Like,
Thanks.
we need wisdom. It's just at a certain point, rap got to be about more about like what you have, like frivolous things, like stuff that doesn't matter, and but they're still real out there, and it's really encouraging to see someone release something real, not just clips, but I mean even all the features that they had on the joint, like
that part.
Even I'll even go as far as to say, and people like real hip hop heads are gonna punch me in the face if they ever see me, but like I'll even go as far as to say Swag from Justin Bieber. That too is real. That too is real, bruh. We got Black Beads back.
We got Black Beads back.
We got Black Beads back.
Black Beads back. It's hilarious.
He's back.
I'm gonna tap in. I wasn't privy to Justin's rise in fandom and
what I
stuff
would do,
like that.
What I would do is listen to. There's a I forget if it was an album or an EP, but like a collection of songs called Journals. Have you ever heard that?
I might have heard that. I might. It rings a bell, like, but I'm not sure.
That was where he did most of his R&B stuff. And we didn't hear pop Justin. Like, he was doing all the runs. He was doing all the like stuff that needed swag or whatever. So this record called Swag is kind of like a reintroduction to that, but with different sonics. With this artist named Dijon, I guess, helped them produce a lot of the record. And but it's dope, and it's like good to see because again, it's real. That's the parallel that I'm making. Like, it's not like, I guess his label didn't want to release it or something. Like, it's not. I mean, he has freaking Wayans on the record.
Really?
he has a Wayans on the record singing a worship song. And I'm just like, hold on. Because, well, number one, it comes like, I think, like 2 songs after the Sexy Red feature.
Wow.
So I'm like, what are you doing?
Even sexy.
No, exactly. She comes on talking about, yeah, here we go. She was literally the lowest part of the album. No offense, Sexy Red. I just don't. You don't have to like me either. It's okay. I'm sure you're maybe a pleasant person. I don't know. It's like she's gonna see this, but yeah, no. It was a dope record. I would say, even though it's like 21 tracks, it goes quick. Most of the
Got you.
songs are like a minute
Wow,
or
yeah,
something.
Marvin Wine is up here. Got you.
That yeah. I was like,
That's
this is
hilarious.
such like, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to tap into that.
25 AD of our Lord and Savior. We got
Right.
Sexy
That's
Red and a Wayne's brother on a song. Like
yeah.
that's
It's definitely
that's
Winans
crazy.
because
They're not on the
Wayans
same
is the
song.
actors. But
Yeah, I was like, Wayans is the actors. Winans is what I meant.
both
That's crazy.
legendary families.
Both. Way too many kids. Way too many kids.
My gosh. It's funny because I used to think BB and Cece were married, not related, when I was a child, and then I realized that they were brother and sister. I was like, oh, well, that's interesting.
That's what people thought about Idris and or Eris and
Evan and Aries?
Evan and Eris, yeah. That's what people thought about them.
They're
for the
brother and
longest
sister,
time,
though,
and
right?
they were brother and sister. They had to come online, and Eris was all like, "Yeah, this is my husband. This is my brother."
Two different people.
I was like, "That's fair. That's fair."
We're not from that deep of the South. So.
You can't ship everybody. You can't ship everybody.
Right.
They tried to ship Lois and Clark, and it. No, I'm just playing. Superman, go watch it. This will probably come out way after Superman is like
for
on,
sure.
on
it's definitely coming out
streaming. But yeah, man, it's good talking about this stuff because I think we're at some point gonna have like a more in depth talk about, which some people might find boring, but like we're music heads too. We're geeks about everything, guys, not just comics and anime. But speaking of anime, I was watching this one anime called Hinamaru Sumo, and it's your basic shonen story. I at first I was gonna like not watch it because I was just like, it's probably gonna be that. And at first, yeah, I was just like, okay, yeah, this is basic shonen. And then it kind of took like a little bit of a twist on the story, where I think a lot of stories are doing that nowadays, where they're taking the character and they're showing how powerful the character is or whatever, their special ability or how special they are or whatever, and then immediately humbling them. Like, I think that's the route that the storytelling is going for, like, nowadays with shonen, because people are tired of the always powerful MC before anything ever happens. And then to on the other side of that, you have I forget what it's called. Let me see what it's called. I was reincarnated as the Seventh Prince, which I haven't watched yet. But apparently he's because it's fantasy. It's like it's not an isekai, but it's like in that realmish thing. But it's like part shonen, part isekai. Then you have that, which is he's just this overpowered little prince boy who still doesn't know how to like work all of his magical abilities. So I think they have to take like the juxtapose a lot of times, like it's either this or this, because the in between is something that literally all the forefathers of shonen did up until now, like the Naruto's, the Dragon Ball Z's, the One Piece, the Bleaches, they all went down that middle road.
Right.
They had to either build up to the power, or they didn't know the power was in them and they had to build up to it, or some kind of something had to happen to where they got to the power. Now, either you're super powerful and you don't know how to work it all the way, or you're powerful and then we humble you immediately.
Right.
But one of those that has nothing to do with either of those subjects is still kind of right down the middle is Fire Force.
Facts.
We have been watching Fire Force the third season, and it has been popping.
Bruh. All gas, no brakes. Fire Force has been going insane.
Story in hands has been insane.
every new pillar they introduced, the nun with the quaking ability, like the way that they're introducing new abilities in this show that have to deal with like heat manipulation is so interesting.
They still tie it, yeah.
It's so interesting because the fact that the way she's using her heat manipulation to cause earthquakes is crazy.
Insane.
And then you got everybody else that's involved and finding out different things at different times.
Or the chick who can control, like, well, she can't control, but she uses like heat to manipulate being able to see what's gonna happen in the future or whatever.
Yeah.
That's like,
interesting.
What?
The dude that was introduced when Sho went to go find Shinra. He was supposed to be a protector of a pillar, but his pillar wasn't revealed yet or something.
Yeah.
And so I can't remember his name, but his ability was crazy. The fact that he could switch perceptions. Like, I was like, who is this brother? Aizen? Like, what is happening?
Literally every time his brother would try and go and rescue him, he would just switch perception.
It was like, bro, what is happening? How is he doing this? And then my boy came back, the black dude with the tats. I was like, yeah. He didn't really do much, but he showed up. But
I love that department because I don't remember which department they're not 8, but are they 5? No, they're not 5.
They're
7?
6.
Are they
There's
6?
something.
Like,
There's something. There's
the one with the whistle, the lieutenant with the whistle. That junk is funny because the guy was like, "You're gonna save Shinra? How dare? He's the one that killed his pet." And then the dude just blows the whistle, and he just looks at him. He's all like, they didn't say nothing for like a cool minute, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, you're right." I was like, "You didn't even have to say anything."
Shut him down immediately. Like,
You hush up.
Right,
hush up.
We're not doing that. But yeah,
man.
It's been going crazy. Shinra finally has been tapping in and out of, which has kind of been interesting. He's been tapping in and out of his Adola burst and Adola link, and just being able to go to Adola and like manipulate. And now he got old girl with him.
Talk to people, yeah.
Yeah. And
then he he went back in time, right? Like
at the end, went back in time to the previous generation before the Great Cataclysm, and it's like regular world. It's like, hold on, wait a minute, what is happening? And he just woke up chained to the bed.
That part made me laugh so hard. I don't remember what I messaged you, but I just like this nigga went so fast. He went back in time.
Facts. It was like, wait, what?
I was like, hold on. I was like, that's what it was. I was like, this nigga was so fast. Everybody turned into real people.
Right. I was like, hold on.
What is this anime right now? He went so fast. The animation literally turned into real people. They just turned and look and just walk into. I was like, how are they in the real world?
What is happening?
You can't top that. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care what the Jujutsu Kaisen does when they come back. I know it's going to be crazy animation.
It is definitely going to be crazy.
It's going to be, I anticipate it. I know that when they come back, they're going to be crazy. I know that whatever happens in the new season of One Punch Man is going to be crazy, animation-wise.
I'm interested to see how that's going to pan out because me and my kids are currently watching season 2 of One Punch Man, and it's just
Me too.
Y'all were starting to get into the meat of the story.
This Negro went so fast, he went into real life.
You're right, that part.
You're not topping that. I don't care what animation studio you are.
But no, Fire Force came back after years of being gone and has delivered with season 3.
Bleach is about to go crazy.
Facts. I'm excited to see the rest of this story unfold. And we got so many other animes that have like premiered in the summertime with like June and July. Like we got, we've already stated Fire Force. We got Kaiju number 8 just came back with season 2. They've only put out one episode so far, but hey,
it's bad.
is back.
It's back, baby.
We got brand new premieres like Gachi Akata. We got Togen Anki. Both of those.
Gachi Akata is dope. I feel like this dude is
very
like
unique.
It's like this dude. They got this dude wanting to be a villain right off the bat.
Man, tell me about it. Low key, I don't blame him though, because he got done dirty. For no reason.
He got it real dirty. That girl when she turned around and dropped the
heart.
I was all like, yo.
I guess you are just nothing but a criminal. I said, shorty, what you talking about? Why would you say that to him?
Then the Birds Cry started playing. Like
birds don't sing.
Birds don't sing. Oh, freaking John Legend. The birds don't sing. They cry.
Yo, the way those first 2 episodes for Gachi Akata have actually been really, really interesting. Togen Anki's pilot, well, not pilot, but their first episode got to it immediately.
Togen Anki immediately. Dead Man Wonderland with Blix, bro. What?
Bro. First of all, I'm trying to figure out where he got all them guns from in his room. And I was like, yo, where did all these? How you got all these guns? And he's supposed to be of school age. What is happening?
I don't know if that was his dad. I don't know if that was his dad or his actual caretaker, but like, he was wondering too.
Facts.
He was like, where'd you get all this?
What is happening? You got kicked out? You got kicked out of school? That's not something you should be proud of.
Dude, that was crazy. Within 7 minutes of the thing starting, you have homie getting run over with a car.
Right.
I said, what is this?
With no context. He just pulls up on the young man and it's like, yeah, I'm finna take you out.
He's like, yeah, I gotta kill you now. It was like how Ninja Kamui started. Low key.
That was so disappointing.
That was a depressing.
That was
and not even like it wasn't sad. It was just depressing in how that whole thing turned out.
Right. Because the first few episodes started out good up until the halfway point. Then they switched to mechs, and it was like, all right, what
was that?
what was
that?
What are we doing, guys? Because it started out as a ninja expedition, and he was killing, and now we got suits with abilities. How? When did we get Gundam, Iron Man, Mega Man, Power Ranger suits? It was like, what is happening? Why are we doing this?
I would never recommend that anime to anybody. Like they would have to come back and make season 2 nothing but hands.
Yes, and no more suits.
Story, no suits. No suits. Oh, well, the suits got destroyed. We can't use them for this reason. You can write that way. But I don't. The way
Everybody
they left it open.
The suits got destroyed. Yeah.
The way they left it open, I was just like, y'all ain't getting a season 2.
Right.
Are you?
Not the way
y'all
destroyed the potential of this story.
Nah, that was crazy. Nah, I would have rather. You know what I've always wanted to see? And I'm sure there's like an old 90s OVA or something of it. But like, I always wanted to see more of an updated like Ninja Gaiden anime.
Do we even have a Ninja Gaiden anime?
That's what I said.
Have they ever done that?
Probably an old one. There's probably an old one, like an old OVA or something. Either that or like, I don't know if you remember or if you played Marvel vs. Capcom that much, but there's a character called Strider Hiryu.
Yes.
And he's from a video game series called Strider. And I've always wanted a series about that. They alluded to it in Street Fighter, like that they existed because one of the ninjas in there was like a part of the clan or something like that at one point. Blah, 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 blah. So they alluded to it existing in that universe, but they never gave it its own like show or something. But I was just like, who wouldn't want to see a show of super powered ninjas that have to fight cyborgs in a dystopian future or whatever, however you say that, dystopian future.
Nah,
Like,
that would definitely be interesting to say the least.
oh yeah, nah, and Strider always got swag, but
Oh, for sure.
in a giant mech lion for some reason.
That part, I never understood that part in his ultimate. I was like,
It
what?
was
Where
it
did?
was part of their arsenal. Like they have mechanized
Uh,
animals.
gotcha. I'm like, the only mechanized animals I remember is Sonic.
That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, man, this has been a good talk. Maybe in the future when we have some of our friends on, we'll talk more about some rap, but and just music in general. We got it after you listen to Swag, bro. I gotta have your thoughts on that because there's parts about it that I love, and there's parts about it where I'm just immediately angry. And it was just like in the middle of the album, right? They shared like there's a track where they basically put like the demo of the track like on there,
Hmm.
and I was just all like, and it just came to my realization that like he been playing us this whole time. Like his record label has made us play, or has made him play us this entire time. Because this dude could sing his behind off the entire time, and he just has not been.
Oh well, yeah. Yeah, there's
I
that.
was like, Justin, what in the heck? Because the way he was singing in the demo, I was like, this is you. You can still do this. When were you able to? It never stopped.
I still got it in the bag.
It's a textbook. It's like, man, and I don't want to go off on a tangent, but it's a textbook thing about how record labels aren't really doing anybody any good unless they're independently run. And then even in some of those cases, it's like when you're pigeonholing an artist that tough, an artist like Justin Bieber, just because you don't think it'll be popular. He was one of the biggest stars in the world, still is in some respects, and like has literally proved them wrong several times. Like if they had just let him go in that direction, I feel like R&B would probably be in a different place.
That's
if we had got another freaking Chris Brown, Justin Bieber track where both of them were at their peak, like where Chris is now and where Justin is now, knowing that he was still very capable vocally, to have them be on the same side, like they screwed us. They screwed him. They screwed us.
That would be interesting. I'll say that. That would definitely be interesting.
Because he wouldn't have had to hold back. I feel like back then, for some reason, obviously Justin was probably more than able to keep up back then, but they obviously they were, Chris Brown was holding back then when they did that track. So it's like, I mean, you could argue, but like, I feel like he was holding back that first track they did when they were kids.
I can see that.
Do you remember that track? Dude?
Vaguely.
One day, the world is falling. I'll be standing right next to you. That song, like, to you.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, I vaguely remember it.
I mean, I wouldn't want
I feel
them
your
to.
take though.
I wouldn't want them to do anything now though, because it's all about sex and not about love anymore. So.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I feel like that's the kind of been the downfall of R&B. It's just like it's kind of taking the hip hop route, unless you go to like the indie R&B scene. It's just like a lot of the popular R&B is more so just like sex, drugs, and what we can do. And it's just like, instead of it being more substance and relationships and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's, on one hand, I would love to hear it. On the other hand, nah. Just because of their skill and knowing that they would be able to crush it. But on the other hand, like, nah. I'd rather not hear. I'd rather not hear two grown men go at it about who's gonna lick the girl first or whatever.
That's where it gets a little weird. It's like
I never understood that. Like how grown men sit there and sing to other men. Like, here's my thing. I get that they're singing to like initially women.
Right.
But it's like women aren't the only ones that are listening to these tracks. Like,
right.
And when you go to shows, their dudes are in the crowd, like, and there are men at the shows. Like, who are you really talking to, bro?
Yeah, I seen it. Speaking of in the crowds, I seen this video of this dude. Chris Brown was on stage and he locked eyes with some dude's girl, and he was standing beside his girl. So of course the girl was getting excited, and the dude was like, "No," and Chris busted out.
Not my dude. No, that was hilarious because he was just like, "All right, I'm gonna go over," because and I saw that video and I actually went to that dude's profile, and there was a reason why Chris. I'm gonna just go
stop.
To the other. Homie was like, nah, just like built, and I was like, no. He's not fighting that dude. He already knows, like, if I have to fight this dude, I'm going to have to fight, and I am going to get arrested. Because
I'm going to
just go over here. I do not want no issues with this guy. I feel like outside of his problems, Chris is probably a really funny dude. But that's the same way I feel about, like, Glorilla. Glorilla, outside of the hype around her aesthetic, like, I feel like she's probably really funny. In person.
That's true. Well, I mean, she's even funny, like, on the internet, like, on Twitter and stuff like that. She'd be funny. So I can only imagine, like, in person, she's even more hilarious.
I'm wholly in Revenant. I never go on X. I'm just playing. I'm playing. I do indeed go on X.
Oh, man. I still think it's hilarious that her real name is Gloria Hallelujah, but that's neither here nor there.
That's the most country. But thank you guys for tuning in. We talked a little bit about anime and a little bit about music, and we will see you next time.
Fact.